Welcome to the Easy Computer Fixes channel, and this is an update for the Artbleed OpenSSL flaw or bug that has been discovered last week. And we've made videos. I made a video for Artbleed for Dummies. So here's an update because now things have settled. We've learned more about what actually can be done and how it affects every one of us. First of all, we know one thing is that the Artbleed flaw affected 2/3 of all web servers. So that's the first thing. So 2/3 of all web servers. The other third used a different encryption. So they didn't take the OpenSSL, which is an open source security system. And that's why they were protected, because they're not subjected to this flaw. An example of that is Hotmail. Hotmail is not affected because Microsoft uses its own encryption and it does not use OpenSSL. So an example, Hotmail, if you're a Hotmail user or Outlook.com, there's no problem there. You don't have to change your passwords because there's no flaw in their systems. And basically pretty much every Microsoft system is unaffected by this. But big companies were affected, like Google, Yahoo. Yahoo took some time before they could fix it. Google did fix it quite fast. Pretty much every bank in the world was affected by it. And here's the straight dope on what it implies. Now, there's a lot of things that circulated, people saying, okay, well, and actually I have one example this morning. A client of mine calls me up, says my computer has been hacked, probably the OpenSSL that they're talking about, and I've got files that are erased. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's going too far. Okay, first of all, your own computer will not be pirated because of the OpenSSL flaw. There isn't a way to inject malware into your computer with that. It's not the way it works. Second of all, the quantity of data that is stolen after we've been looking at it is limited, and there's a big reason why it's limited. The OpenSSL flaw or Heartbleed bug is actually a bug that enables the user to check and read 64K of memory at a time. Only 64K. That's quite small of an amount. And basically what you have to do is go on a web server that has a flaw, ask for 64K of memory dump, and then if you want to have another 64K, you have to ask your computer to ask again to dump 64K. What is surprising about this bug is how easy it is to actually use it. And when it came out in the open, basically, hundreds of hackers immediately looked at it and got access to that information in the following minutes. So the biggest problem is from the moment that actually we knew about it and it was sent on the web. And actually the company that first talked about it kind of was sorry that it actually sent that information on the web. Why it's maybe not as bad as we think is 64K of memory at random does not necessarily mean you're going to steal a password or a username and stuff like that. Yes, if you ask for 64K of data every second or every 10 seconds, you will find usernames and passwords in that 64K. So it means that some users are affected, that's for sure, but not everyone. Because you have to have accessed that um, server at the same time as somebody was scanning to dump the 64K of RAM of the server in their computer. So it gives you an idea that you have to um, access the computer at the same time. Now, the danger was last week. Between the time that it was announced and fixed, that's when everybody was trying to actually hack into this web problem. So if you accessed your Hotmail, not Hotmail, sorry, your Google account, your Facebook account, Twitter account, any online banking, last week, the suggestion is to change your password this week. Because most of the companies that respect themselves have already fixed the flaw on the servers. So now if you change your password, things are going to be okay. If you change your password last week, a safe bet would be to maybe change it again this week, and it should be okay. Why? Because if you change the password on a server that was still compromised, well, you gave your new password to the people that were actually trying to hack into that 64K of memory and get the information. So that's the bad thing about it. But we can safely say that starting April 15th, 16th, change your passwords, and I think things are going to be okay. Now, the thing is, the hacker community seems to have no information about this bug. So what it means is that even though it's been there for 2 years, it does seem very, very, very limited, the amount of data that could have been stolen with this flaw. And even the NSA, which hacks into everything, seems to have been caught off guard by this, meaning that they didn't even know that it existed, and they would have been happy they could have hacked and have so much information through this, and it seems they didn't even know about it. So it gives you an idea that it is possible that someone somewhere did access information through this bug, but it was limited, and most of what happened seems to have happened last week when they started telling everyone about the flaw. So considering this information, I think the chances that anyone had been stolen information is low to medium, but it is not non-existent. So I would say that your, if we can call it the digital hygiene that you should have, well, starting from this video, April 15th and on, I think that most websites you can safely change your password, and I think it's going to be okay. I know it's a pain in the butt. I have like 11 email addresses and 3 bank sites and Facebook and Twitter and eBay and all of that. That's a lot of passwords, and so I know it's a pain in the butt, but I've actually started as of today going through all of those and changing everything, every password. And if you do that, I think chances are that you'll be safe. The bad news is on little sites, little websites that don't update, because they typically don't really take the time to update anything on their own servers. that could be more of a problem. It could be at risk. But apart from that, I think everything should be fine if you just apply that logic. And no, nobody hacked into your computer because of this, and nobody, planted anything in your computer if you've got malware and stuff. That has nothing to do with Heartbleed. That's a different subject. So hope that it helps you understand a little bit more and that you feel safer. Don't get me wrong, it is a very important flaw. But now, after a week and a half, we kind of understand a little more on the subject and, the fact that it's a big, big flaw, but it's maybe not as bad as everybody thinks. If you enjoy our videos, why not subscribe to our channel and you'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions on what you've seen, let us know. Maybe you have a problem with your computer or some kind of security or computer video you'd like to see to help with something. Ask us. We'll try to put that video online. And you know what? If you have a problem, if you have something you want to see, chances are thousands of people out there want to see the same thing. So thanks for watching and hope to see you again on the Easy Computer Fixes channel. Bye-bye.